Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are in iRacing. This is week 3 of season 4 2020. This is a 4-rated GT3 Ferrari Special 1 Make series on iRacing. This week we are racing at Suzuka International Circuit in Japan. So, those who follow F1, they must be knowing this track very well. It is long, twisty, and a great circuit. So, let's see how this race goes. By the way, the car on the screen is not me because I did not qualify. I was position 8th on the grid, but just to not risk the start, I started from the pit lane. This is why I avoided starting on the grid because when the safety car leads the whole field to the start finish straight, there are a lot of incidents which tend to happen. This is where I was waiting for in my pit box, waiting for the whole field to pass. So when you are in pits or starting a race from pits, you can only leave your pit box when the whole field crosses turn 1. So here you can see the cars which started on the grid are crossing the start finish straight as the pace car pulls in. There you go. Coming out of pits, dead last, roughly 15 minutes of race, having no idea where I'm going to finish. At this point, I was around 8 seconds behind the last car on the grid. And I was hoping for few cars to crash. And it started happening soon. So I was just taking it easy on lap 1 because the tires were cold. I started from pits, so had no time to warm them up. So I was braking early than the usual braking points. Lost it there a bit, but kept it well under control. So gained 2 places there. Lap 1 done. So at the end of lap 1, I was already in top 10. And was chasing the cars further in the field. I don't know about the X, the penalty points, but could have easily damaged my car. It should have certainly gone against my strategy. So here we are about to complete lap 2. Down the start finish straight, up into 6th gear, braking for turn 1, keeping the car in the middle of the track, braking for turn 2, hitting the apex. This section is all about balancing the throttle, multiple change of directions. Magnificent SS of Suzuka. Coming into this fast right-hander, which leads into a tighter right-hander under the bridge. This circuit crosses itself. So when you see the track map, it looks like a shape of 8. Braking into the hairpin down into first gear. No drama there. Down into third gear. This is the famous spoon curve of Suzuka. Onto the exit curve we go. Onto the back straight, which will lead us to the famous 130R. Fast left-hander. Braking into the last chicane. Is a main straight. Now this was a bit interesting for me because I was on the outside into turn 1, which is a double right-hander. So making that move stick and doing it cleanly just felt really good. It reminded me of Raikkonen versus Fisichella in Suzuka 2005, I guess. SS nicely done. Under the bridge we go. This is how the circuit crosses over. Into the hairpin we brake. Down into first gear. Gentle on the throttle. Braking for the spoon curve now. Slightly wide there. Even in the second half. By this time, I was in third position and I was catching the guy ahead in second. So the orange car is the guy in second place who was forced into mistake because there was a car in the braking zone. That is a blue flagged car, a lap down already. So now the next target for me was to catch the leader who was around 16 seconds ahead of me. In the desperation of catching the leader, I pushed slightly harder, which forced me into this mistake and lost one place there. I was back in third, and the guy in fourth place almost overtook me. Running wide there slightly, trying to compensate the time I lost because of that mistake. If I had to win this, I had no choice but to drive without making errors. Speaking of errors, the blue car which just recovered from the mistake was the guy in first place, and the car which ran out was the guy in second place. So I was back in contention of winning this race. The only target for remaining lap and a half was not to commit any mistakes and find my chances to pass this guy. Both of them slightly wide there. I got a better momentum out of the spoon curve into the slipstream now. Around the outside on 130R. Keeping it composed in the chicane. Not losing much of time there. On to the last lap. So just taking turn one cleanly has given me some advantage over the guy in second place. This is what I told about. You can gain or lose a lot of time here, and he was forced into another mistake. So the aim here after was to complete this lap cleanly. He's a blue flag guy. Gave me enough space, rightfully. So now I had clear track in front of me. Through the 130R one last time. Braking for the chicane. Onto the start finish straight, taking the checkered flag in first position. So from pits to the win is like a dream race. So how did this happen? What went right? So the only thing which went right was consistent lap times. Although we all were driving slightly slower than our actual pace or slightly slower than the race pace, the aim was not to commit any mistakes. I did a couple, but I think the other guys did few more than me. So this is what consistency means. If you're not the fastest, it doesn't matter. If you're consistent, it really matters. Hit like button if you like the video. See you until next time. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. See you later.